Peace, 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 peace. What is going on, y'all? Happy Friday, man. Welcome to Substantial Weekly. I hope y'all are doing well, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to those of you watching the replay later. Greatly appreciate the love, man. So many dope folks in the building right now. Got a couple new faces as well that or at least one new face. Peace, what's going on, Faith? Tuning in from Paris. That's what's up. Shout out to Greenface in here right now. More like first as sometimes or most times. I won't say all the time, but you're usually first. You know what I mean? Look, me hating a little bit. But yeah, man, I appreciate you. This is hilarious right there with that spelling. Yeah, man. It's funny. I've been thinking about turning this into an official podcast. I just, for the additional work, I definitely got to figure out like best way to monetize it if I'm gonna do that. Cause yeah, I mean, taking the audio and then just kind of putting that up on Spotify or Apple, all of that stuff. It's not too complicated, but then, there's additional stuff that has to happen. And quite frankly, like, unless you are kind of doing it a specific way, including certain ads, using certain platforms and stuff like that, the money that you make doing it isn't necessarily great to justify the additional work it's going to take. And these days, my time is super limited. But, man, shout out to Last King Saints. Shout out to Warpath. Shout out to Soul Tiger. Peace, Okie Doke. Frank is in the building. Peace, what's going on? Let me move this over here so I ain't got to break my neck to see what y'all got going on. There we go. That's better. And shout out to my man Early out here rooting for the good old Commanders. Shout out to the home team. Joshua McGee in the building. Peace to you, fam. Let's see who else we got up in here. Stephanie, Gail. Oh man, mama, listen. This applause is, of course, for the homies, but for everybody here. You know what I mean? Applause for everyone here. Shout out to David. What's going on? Hey, gang. Do you do a Europe tour one day? That's what's up, man. I appreciate the love. So. I'll address that in a second. I have done a Europe tour a few times actually. I've been to Europe more than once. I think I've been out there twice. No, I've toured Europe three different times. So it's possible that I'll be back. Nothing's confirmed yet. That's all I'll say. This week seems like the audio's coming through the mic this week. We good. That's what's up. Yeah, man. I was doing a lot of let's see. Let's just start by addressing that. You've noticed a couple different things today. Number one, the audio is straight. It's coming through the right mic today. And then also the intro music is back. So StreamYard was having some issue. It definitely wasn't an issue on my end. StreamYard was having an issue where I could not get any video content to play correctly. Unless I kind of imported it the old way, not necessarily the way that they've set it up to happen now. So that's been resolved. That's the first big thing about this week. And then the other thing, and let me make sure this is muted. The other thing that is resolved is the fact that last week, because I was limited on time, for those who don't know, I recently took the deputy director position with Words Beats and Life, a nonprofit hip-hop organization, hip-hop education organization based in Washington, D.C. And so by me doing that, now, I get a late start a lot of times with our program because I have a meeting that happens from 11 to 12. And then the moment that meeting is over, I'm doing this live. So that's why we've been starting a little bit behind 12 as opposed to 12 on the dot. So that's what's been going on with that. But also what happens is that hour that usually I would have open before taking that gig, that's usually when I troubleshoot, make sure everything's good. And so now all of that stuff has to happen like the night before. But if I got an event or anything else, anything super crazy in my life is always, there's always something going on. you know, that definitely affects how much time I have to kind of properly do those things. So you probably notice that I've not been as active on some of the social media platforms, the Discord. I'm trying my best to keep up and stuff. So I appreciate all of y'all, man. Clap it up for yourselves. Those of you who've been like kind of holding it down, there's been times where people ask questions and maybe I don't reply right away. And other fans have been stepping in to be like, yo, that's, you know, this, that, and the third. And yo, that's been dope to see, man. I really, really appreciate that. Because I know y'all are busy too, man. Got your own lives and stuff. But it's dope to see the community holding each other down, holding me down. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's the goings on. Much love, man. Peace to you, Emil. I hope I said that right. Keep leading the way your way. Thank you for that. Would be amazing to see you in France. I love rocking out in France. I've performed out there many a time. I performed in Paris, I feel like at least 2 or 3 times over the years. And I've performed in Lyon as well in France. And then I performed in Strasbourg as well. I think those are the main cities. Oh, no. And yeah, I said Lyon. Oh, and Rennes, France. I performed there too. So my hope is to get back out there this year. We'll see. Time will tell. You know, fingers crossed, toes crossed, all that good stuff. Where have you been to in Europe that you really, where have you not been to in Europe that you really want to? Haven't been to Spain. Haven't been to Italy. That might change this year. Because a friend of mine and a crew member of mine is let me see. He's getting married in Italy. I forget what part of Italy. That's why I had that brain fart. I was like, what part of Italy is he getting married in? But anyway, I'm supposed to be out there for that, so I get to cross off Italy this year. Where else, man? I was supposed to go to Cyprus the last time I went to Europe. That didn't happen. But yeah, wouldn't mind going to Cyprus, Greece, as well. I haven't been to Finland yet. Definitely would like to go there. I was in Reykjavik in Iceland, but I was just passing through there, so I didn't really get to kick it. So I want to go back. You know, see the Northern Lights, you know what I mean? Bucket list thing to check off. I'm sure I'm forgetting other countries and stuff as well. But yeah, man, I love traveling. So down to visit all of it. You know what I mean? See what I can. But yeah, man, thank you for the question. Are there any remaining Nujabes Best beats that aren't used yet? I mean, I honestly don't know. I would assume yes. I mean, because, you know, 2 of the songs that ended up getting put on the posthumous project, Spiritual State, those were songs that, you know, were incomplete at the time we did it. And then they finished those things up. But they're like tracks that we recorded back in like 2000 that never came out. Right. So there's a long list of those. I make mention of that in a song called No Turning Back. You know, but I think it's important for y'all to understand too, though, that sometimes things don't come out not because the artist passed away before they got to put them out. Sometimes things don't come out because the artist didn't want them to come out. Right. So I think I think it's important that we respect that too, because I think sometimes when people are like super fans of artists, like they want to hear everything. But I think people forget that the artist didn't want you to hear everything. The artist wanted you to hear what they thought was their best efforts. So like me and Nujabes have like probably an album worth of songs, like somewhere between like 10 to 15 songs, something like that. I can't remember if it's that high a number, but I have like close to 10 of those songs, if not 10 or more, not including remix. So if you throw remixes in there, it's at least 15 tracks that I know that haven't seen the light of day. But they didn't come out, I think with the exception of one of the tracks. They didn't come out because we because we didn't get a chance to finish them or something like that. They didn't come out because when we listened to everything, we were like, yeah, nah, these aren't it. These aren't the best representations of what we do. And so so that's ultimately why we never dropped those tracks. So I think it's important for fans to learn to respect that too. Like, cause a lot of times, you know, we want more stuff from our favorite artists and stuff. And, you know, yeah, man, maybe they didn't want us to hear it. You know what I mean? I know Prince was like that. Prince is one of my favorite artists, but I don't really, it's even when I hear about like, there's like unreleased stuff that drops from him. Like I don't rush to go hear it because, you know, I'm somebody who followed his career really closely. And I knew that he recorded a ridiculous amount of music, but he kept a bunch of that stuff in the vault. And like he would let certain people close to him hear it, but wouldn't let everyone hear everything. So for me, I think knowing that artists work like that, and as an artist myself, there's certain songs of mine that I never put out. There's other songs of mine I couldn't legally put out because the person I recorded it with, it was for their project, and they decided for whatever reason they weren't going to put either my song out or the whole project out. And so, you know, so I can't legally release those songs anyway. So I probably got like at least 2 or 3 albums worth of, and that's probably lowballing it because I've recorded a lot of music, but there's at least 2 or 3 albums worth of songs that I can think of off the top of my head if I had to just throw stuff out there that I've recorded with through collaborations or alternate versions of songs y'all ended up hearing that, like, you know, I never put out there. So, and a lot of times that's because I didn't want to put it out there. So, you know, something to consider. Taking the fam to Italy for a 10-year marriage anniversary this year. That's dope. Super excited. Might get there before Stan. First time. That's dope. That's dope, man. Congratulations to y'all. Early congrats. The question made me think what Nujabes would be like at full potential. If he got to keep going and improving like you did, would be amazing. Word, you know. When most of it was subpar, we thought it was whack. Man, you're real. Thank you. Yeah, man, that's a lyric from the song No Turning Back and No Turning Back 2.0. Yeah, man, as Joshua pointed out, man, y'all, come on, give me some. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, man, you know, that statement, like, I'm not overselling it, overhyping it. Like, we listened to all the songs and we were like, yeah, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the song Kim that's on the album, there was a different version of that that we really liked, for the record. We really liked that version. But the reason why we went with a different version is, and I think I played it on an old episode of Substantial Sundays. I played that version. Yeah, ultimately why we went with a different version was because of a technical thing, right? Like, sometimes when you're making an album, if there are a certain amount of beats on the album, one of the things you try to avoid is beats that are made the same way. So the sample might sound different. The feel might be a little different, but the pattern in which the music is being chopped, for people who chop samples, the pattern might be the same, right? Or like the drums, the tempo might be almost identical, right? Even though you're using different individual drum sounds and a different sample, overall, like the pattern of the drums, the pattern in terms of how you're chopping the sample might end up being similar. And one of the things we realized with Kim is it was similar to something else on the record. And so ultimately we liked how the other beat felt a bit more. So then he decided to go back in and do a different beat or whatever for Kim. So yeah, man. So I still got that original version or whatever. I still listen to it every now and then because that was my favorite version initially. But when I heard the remix joint, I was like, that's dope too. And like, for the reason that I just broke down, we just went a different way. You know what I mean? It happens. But yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in today. The way I said that sounds like we're wrapping up. Not wrapping up. I just wanted to say thank y'all, man, for coming through. Shout out to everybody in the chat as well. Shout out to Navy Montel, who just celebrated his birthday. Fellow Capricorn. Gotta get some applause going for him. In case y'all didn't know, I know I've said it on the show, but I'm gonna just remind you. No disrespect to any other groups out there and stuff. You know what I mean? Y'all are cool. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are cool. One of my daughters is a Sagittarius. My other daughter's a Virgo. All of these groups, y'all are all cool. I'm not saying you're not cool. You're just not the best. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. You ain't got to be the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, the best got to be the best. But y'all ain't got to be the best. And I only say we're the best because, we the alpha and the omega. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking my stuff right now. Don't feel away. I'm just being silly. But we're the alpha and the omega. And I mean that. It literally starts and ends with us. You know what I'm saying? Capricorns. And we are the best simply for that reason and that reason alone. But, all of y'all are cool. Y'all are cool. It's just, man, us Capricorns. We just different energy, man. Different energy. You know what I'm saying? Kev, what's up? We got 2 Kevins in the building so far, Finally finished Ted Lasso. Shed some thug tears, too, at that finale. Man, listen, me, Early Bird, and my wife, we're late to the Ted Lasso party. I just got Apple TV. I already had a ton of other services, so just got Apple TV. Love Ted Lasso. Great show, man. I love a good feel-good show that still has mostly good energy, laughs and stuff. Like, people doing a great job lifting each other up for the most part. Still got some like crappy characters in there, some real, some people doing some questionable things. But I just love, man, like, it's dope to find feel-good content, feel-good music, feel good TV, feel good films. Like, just to balance the energy, man, because it's a lot to feel terrible about in the world, but I think we get caught up on that and we sometimes forget, man, there's a lot to be happy about too. So, yeah, man, definitely a great show. Highly recommended it if you haven't watched it. All the Caps coming out. We coming out strong, son. Listen, we got closed this season strong. Let me just break down a short list. This is probably gonna be a long list of the Capricorns in my life personally. You know what I mean? I married a Capricorn. She's January 9th. Obviously, Warpath, who's on the screen right now, fellow Capricorn. Navy Montel, who's also in the chat, fellow Capricorn. This week alone, the homie Truth from the group Godzilla, Capricorn, his birthday passed. Happy heavenly birthday to my father. His birthday was on the 14th. My homegirl, who was like my play sis in elementary, middle school, or whatever, her birthday same day as my father's. Kareen, I don't know how you're doing at this point in time in your life, but shout out to you, fellow Capricorn. She was good people as well. Who else am I forgetting? Oh, my man Jamin Cuevas, aka I call that brother the Critic. Capricorn, amazingly talented dude, just like a lot of these other people I'm mentioning. My cousin Anwar, Capricorn. Sherm the Barber, Capricorn. The singer that used to be down with my old crew named Jamera Simmons, Capricorn. Man, I can keep going, fam. I know I'm forgetting other people. The homie Adrian, she's a Capricorn too. That's my wife's homegirl from college, man. I can keep going, bro. We're our squad deep. My former manager, Ope, Capricorn. Shamara, who was in the crew UV back in the day, Capricorn. Man, we strong. The team is strong. DJ DP1, who does cuts on Sacrifice, Capricorn as well. One of the nicest human beings you will ever meet. But yeah, man, just great energy. And don't even get me started with the legends. You know what I mean? The greatest of all time. Muhammad Ali, Capricorn. LL Cool J, Capricorn. Was it Martin Luther King? I think where his birthday falls makes him a Capricorn as well. He's very close to not being a Capricorn, but I'm pretty sure he's a Capricorn. I keep going, but do I need to name any others? You know what I'm saying? I'm in great company, and I know these other groups, y'all got some great people in y'all squads too. Y'all do. We the best though, still. Y'all cool. All right, I'm done with my Capricorn rant. That is not why y'all came here today. You know what I'm saying? But you got it anyway. You're welcome. He clearly saying we aren't cool. I'm not saying you're not cool. You're just not as cool as us. That is it. That's all I'm saying. That's the last thing I will say about that. Happy Friday to you, sis. Hope you're doing good. Kevin Council commence. Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of Capricorns, my baby mama, my wife, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Queen Rochelle in the building. You know what I mean? What is Steph saying right now? Better not be hating on the birthdays. Since we're shouting out birthdays, my there you go, Steph. My nephew Torian turned 18, 3 days. That's what's up. Part of the squad as well. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I'm about to finish the last season of Ted. Okay. Welcome. That's dope, man. Let me know what you think after you finish it. I got a joke. How many Kevins would it take to screw in a light bulb? I don't know. Wait a minute. Let's see if we can find that answer. Did he drop it yet? Oh, you're not gonna do it? Okay. I think I know what he's gonna say. But anyway, says, working on new stickers for you. Says you are the best. You are the best. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see him. I hope you're doing great. Great. Oh, hold up. Debbie Allen's a Capricorn. Hey man, our squad's amazing. Squad is amazing. Lamar Jackson, Capricorn. Derrick Henry are both. Wow. Okay. They're just proving my point. Remember when she was playing, hold on. Remember when he was playing Super Smash Brothers with Ren? Wait, where are we going? Where are we going with this? Oh no, I know what you're saying. I thought you were trying to downplay. Look, I almost took offense because I'm still in Capricorn mode. I'm sorry. I do remember. Steph, my bad. You know what I mean? I know you wasn't. Yeah, I'm sorry. The Lord's still working on me. As you can tell, I'm on one today. Your boy's a bit hyped today. I'm excited. You know what I mean? The sun literally started shining through the window the moment we started our live. Our video is working fine today. There are no technical issues yet. Not even going to say that. We're going to take that part back. There are no technical issues today. I'm feeling good. Man. You know what I mean? How many Kevins does it take to screw in a light bulb? He asked the question. Did the answer come through yet? No, he did not. Okay. MLK is a Capricorn. Yep. Slick Rick also a Capricorn. I said I was done, but y'all keeping the party going. Guess the Ravens might go to the playoffs then. Did I ever tell y'all about the Ravens comparison that a music writer made when they were talking about my catalog? If I haven't, let me know if you're interested. I will share that in a second for you football fans. I don't watch football anymore like that, but I'll say this, even though I haven't watched it in quite some time for my own personal reasons. If both teams made it into both teams from the region made it into the Super Bowl, I'd consider, watching again. That'd be the first full game I've watched since 2015. You know what I mean? So 10 years since I've watched a full football game. I'll say that. You know what I mean? Because, I love where I'm from. So, Hey, wait a minute. David is a Cap as well? That's right. Okay. Okay, that takes it. I'm just saying. Mr. Stantastic in the chat. Yes, indeed. Aquarius season coming up. Y'all team strong. Your team is strong. I cannot fake on that. Shout out to y'all. Let's see. Man, shout out to the chat, man. We are popping today. I love to see it. Let's see. Yep, LL's a Capricorn. Yeah. Fun fact, man. My dad used to be a chef in Queens, and he said he remembered like LL Cool J coming into the restaurant that he was a chef at or whatever back in the day. And I remember like he wasn't into rap music like I was, obviously, but he when he realized that I really loved rap music, and of course most kids make the assumption that your father or your parents don't really like what you like. So I remember saying that, and I think I was talking about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. No, I wasn't talking about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air because it was before then. I was talking about Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince's song, Parents Just Don't Understand. And I remember hearing the song and wanting to sing along, but I was terrified of my father. I wasn't the only person. Most people who encountered my dad were a little nervous around my dad. He just had that kind of energy. And I remember being surprised that he liked that song and being surprised that he liked rap at all. And then that's when he told me how, he was like, oh, you like rap music, do you? And then he was like, well, you know who LL Cool J is? And I side-eye. I'm like, come on, Dad. Of course I know who that is. And that's when he told me. He was like, yeah, when I was a chef in New York, when I was a cook in New York, he came into our restaurant, so I got to cook for him. I was like, man, that's dope. You know, but yeah, man, shout out to LL Cool J. Rest in peace to my father. All right, let's keep it pushing. And I believe Stam has a song titled MLK. Listen to what I'm saying. You know, gotta show love to those other Capricorns. All right, let's keep it pushing. Too much Capricorn energy right now. That's really never a bad thing. But I'm gonna let it go. Stop rubbing it in. I feel like I'm doing too much right now. So I'm gonna calm down. So we'll get into some quick reminders. And then talk about some updates and stuff. I didn't have time to update all my graphics, so a lot of these are repeats and reminders and all of that good stuff. But yeah, man, send the questions in today. We can make it more question focused and all that good stuff. But before we get into that, let me just drop a quick reminder. A couple quick things. If you want to donate to the channel, you can do so via Super Chat. Also Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Never mandatory, always appreciated per usual. Also, if you want to support, or if you want to support the organization I work with called Words, Beats, and Life, that link should be under the video or off to the side, I think under the chat. You can donate to the organization. You literally help fund everything from hip-hop related programming, teaching kids how to make beats, teaching kids how to do graffiti art, teaching kids how to create their own podcasts, how to write songs, how to become entrepreneurs. You help fund sometimes trips that we take. You help fund by donating. You help fund festivals that we do, putting on other artists from our region. You also help fund things as simple as, I think I mentioned this last week, just the snacks and stuff that we provide to young people, you know what I mean, when they come to our program. A lot of people don't realize this, man, but like, depending on which communities you serve, and definitely in some of the communities we serve, those snacks that we give out, that's sometimes the only meals that like some of these kids get to or get to have. And so yeah, man, it's important work. It's important what we're doing for the community and stuff. And y'all know my history in terms of this work. And for those who are watching who don't, I've been doing this work for almost as long as I've been making music professionally, right? So over 20 years experience. Started doing this work as a volunteer at my high school when I was a youngin', just by giving young people tours of the high school I attended and talking to them about my experience as an art major at my high school and encouraging other kids who came there. So that's when it all really started for me, and continued when I got to college. And when I got out of college and started putting out music professionally, I was doing a lot of programming, hip hop related programming in New York, and worked with programs like Resonant Voices, the Carter G. Woodson Literacy Program that I was a part of out in Brownsville, Brooklyn. And then when I moved back to the DMV, when I moved back to Maryland, I got a job with Covenant House, Washington, where I was a youth leadership development trainer initially, until I became assistant director of that program, the Prevention Services Program. Moved on from there to start working in Prince George's County public schools as a student advocate. Man, I'm forgetting something. But yeah, I could keep going, fam. Done a ton of this work. So a lot of y'all know about the work I've been doing over the years, but for those who don't, this is something I've always been passionate about. So definitely, if you can contribute, it's greatly appreciated. If none of those things are things you want to focus on right now, that's respectable as well. We obviously have our people in California dealing with really hard times, and not just everyday people. Like the musicians in that community as well are being impacted. People like me, people who are doing a lot more than me and a lot less than me, have lost a ton of work, have lost their homes and stuff like that, have lost the equipment that they use to make their music. So Music Cares, which is affiliated with the with the Recording Academy that I'm a part of. I sit on the local board for the DC chapter. And so you can donate through Music Cares, as well. So yeah, man, lots of different ways you can contribute. Obviously, that's for people who are in a position to contribute. And I never want you to feel guilty about not being able to contribute, because you are contributing the most important thing right now, which is your time. And so, time is valuable. So I appreciate you choosing to spend your time with me. and that's good enough for me. Let's get to the comments real quick and then do these updates because I know I'm missing a lot. Stop the Capricorn. Stop the cap. Hey, I see what you did there. Haters gonna hate. Won't let us be great. You see that? You see that? I'm trying to let it go. Oh man, hot button issue incoming. Okay. Let me know in the chat if this is what y'all want to do before these updates. If we really want to talk about this this Drake thing with the lawsuits, I definitely have lots of thoughts, and I am open to sharing it. But that's only if that's something y'all are interested in hearing from me. If not, that's cool. I'll keep it to myself, and we'll just move on. But yeah, I'm cool with talking about it. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all want to hear what I think. All right. In the meantime, in between time, while we wait for that to register, let me get this lined up in the background just so I can do the one update first. So another quick reminder that 10 Winners is still out right now. Big moment that happened yesterday. Big moment that happened yesterday. Shout out to the Universal Hip Hop Museum. For those of you who don't know, we can clap it up for that. For those of you who don't know about the Universal Hip Hop Museum, it's a literal hip hop museum that is being built or has been built in the Bronx, New York, the birthplace of hip hop. And for those who don't know, they actually curate a playlist or various playlists that they do like every month. They drop a new one where it's like they're kind of documenting releases that are happening in real time, in particular joints that that the staff are feeling. And so I've been blessed in the past where I've made it on there a couple times as I was dropping songs from Adultish. But what was really dope yesterday is that they added 10 winners to their recent playlist. So that was dope to see, man. So again, shout out to them. We as in me and Marcus V, really appreciate the love. So yeah, man. We're going to keep with that Bop Alloy sentiment. But real quick, another quick shout out. A book recommendation, man. Now, this book is out right now. It's called High and Rising. Hey, early, if you have not booked, if you have not booked a copy of your book, if you have not purchased a copy of it yet, early, I know you and I have gifted, I know we've gifted books to each other in the past. So I actually have 2 copies early. So one has your name on it. Doesn't literally have your name on it, but I have one copy, extra copy, I mean, if you want it. And so that could be a gift to you, my friend, since you were probably, other than my wife, you were one of the few people who gifts me books and stuff. So yeah, man, I wanted to pass that to you if you're still around, early. Oh, I want it. All right, there it is. Sorry, y'all missed out. So early, it's my extra copy is yours. When we link up next, I got you. But yeah, man. So book recommendation for those of you who are fans of De La Soul, check out this book. But the person who wrote the book is somebody who I'm a big fan of. That's Marcus J. Moore. He is an amazing music journalist who happens to be from PG County, Maryland. He's somebody who I know personally. I'm good friends with Kokai. Last night they did a talk about the book. They didn't just talk about the book. They actually talked about some of the drama around the book as well. And I'm going to address that, and then I'll go into the Drake thing. We'll probably won't stay on the Drake thing long because it doesn't look like most people are interested. But yeah, man. So the drama around the book is that De La, after the book came out, De La basically told people not to support the book. And of course, for a lot of people, that's all they needed to hear. Like, hey, De La Soul, I'm a big fan of De La Soul. For those who don't know, De La is like one my top 3 favorite rap groups all time. So needless to say, when I saw that, instantly I was disappointed to see that for a couple different reasons. One, I remember having lunch with Marcus J. Moore in New York when he first told me. I was talking to him about his Kendrick Lamar book, which I have back here. Hold up. This is a book that he wrote about Kendrick Lamar called The Butterfly Effect, which is a good book as well. Highly recommend to check that out. But yeah, man, I checked out that book. Obviously, because he's the homie, and it's so dope seeing him shout out like Landover, Maryland in a book about Kendrick Lamar. That's crazy. But yeah, man, I was just bigging him up for that book, and then he was like, "Nah, my next book gonna be way better, man." You know, I'm still still working on it. And that's when he told me about this book here. And so instantly I was excited to hear that. And one of the things I remember when he told me this back in like 2020, 2021 or something like that, I know it was a couple years back, that he was actively working on reaching out to people in their team, so he could get get it direct information directly from them. And one of the things I learned last night, when he talked about it in more detail, is that it was a lot of notable people in the biz who had direct ties with De La, who was linking him with people in the camp, and nobody would get back to him. Like, nobody would respond or say anything. And he's somebody who has a deep personal connection to the music, because they represent a lot of black men like me, like him, in that we're not what the stereotypical black man in this country is thought to be, right? Like, and I'm not saying based on the gaze of non-blacks in this country. I'm saying based on even like by our own people's standards, right? Like, I get picked with all the time by our folks because I don't eat certain things, or I don't wear certain things, and don't act a particular way. Don't use certain stuff in my music, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, and it's not a thing where it's like, I'm trying to be different. These are just things that make me who I am. And we talk about being our authentic self, right? And what that means and what that looks like. But what I find is that when you're being your authentic self and it doesn't fall in line with what people believe you are supposed to be and how you're supposed to represent that, people act as though it's a personal attack on them and who they are and what they represent. Like, somehow me not eating chicken is a judgment of you eating chicken. I ain't even thinking about your ass or what you eating, right? Like, I'm just eating what I eat. And if you pay attention to how I eat, and then you see how, like, I change over time, you see that health-wise I'm doing a bit better than maybe other people, who eat a particular way. I'm not here to tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing. You're a grown-ass person. You choose that path for yourself. But if you see how I'm living, and then you feel like, man, maybe I can adapt some of this and it'll help me with mine, cool. I've done all I needed to do, and I ain't got to say nothing to you. I ain't got to say shit to you for that to resonate for some people. And so I spend more time living like that, rather than being out here chirping, telling everybody how to live their life. But I always just find it funny when people act like that. So anyway, back to the book. That's what De La kind of is in a lot of ways. They push back against certain norms in the culture and music and stuff like that. And not even really being like, nah, that's whack. You know what I mean? They just went and did something different. They didn't really kind of go super hard with like drawing a line in the sand, until Stakes is High. Stakes is High is the album where they was like, nah, son, I'm sick of bitches shaking asses. You know what I'm saying? Like, they went in. So yeah, man, definitely check out the book if you can. What I was going to say about that point with De La and them being against the book, and why, like, a lot of us chose to support it anyway. And that's because of the author. Like, anyone who knows this dude and knows what type of integrity he has as a man, and knows that he's not the money grab dude. Most of the artists that this dude highlights, he's writing about them and covering them like years before they even took off, right? Like, he's one of those dudes that he's very much, as he said last night, left of center. So he's not looking at kind of the usual stuff. He told the story last night about him trying to convince a publication he was working for to let him cover do a story about Flying Lotus. And this is years before Flying Lotus blew up. And then they shot it down. And then sure enough, this dude becomes like who we all know him to be. And like, this has been most of his career. He oftentimes is trying to highlight the people who are walking a different path, right? And doing a great job at it. So, it's just crazy to me that, people would just automatically assume. It's not crazy because I think we've seen what has happened to De La throughout their career. And so people are quick to defend them, especially when they're saying that, hey, we don't support this. But as somebody who has seen what this brother has meant to our community, and like the type of artist that he supported over the years, and the type of integrity he's had as a journalist, and more importantly as a person, as a human being. Yeah, I can say as a super fan of De La, I understand if they feel a way, but I know this dude personally. I've met them. But I don't know them like that. And yeah, I'm supporting my man. You know what I mean? Because I know, and especially if you read the book, man, and you see the stuff he says about him, it's a really dope book. It's a really dope book. So I highly recommend it. That's all I'll say about that. We'll keep it pushing. All right, let's see. Boom, boom. I want a K Dot and Lupe collab. I wouldn't be mad. I remember Lupe talking about it years ago, though, like where he was just saying, he was like, sometimes it's good to just be a fan, right? And how he was just cool with kind of admiring them from afar. And I respect that. You know what I mean? Appreciate you, bro. We've done 4 so far, my friend. Oh, yeah, talking about our collabs, right? Hold up. Here we go. This is rewind. I missed the comment. And also, quick shout out, hey man, welcome Sunrise Covers. Welcome. All right, love to see new faces in here. All right, so let's get back to this comment. Whenever the stars align, need another early bird and substantial collab. Don't dim your light is such a great song, man. We appreciate that, brother. And he points out we've done 4 so far. My Fam, Full Time Job, forgot about that one. Yeah, Champion, which I produced, and Don't Dim Your Light. And there's also a remix to Champion as well. But yeah, man, shout out to Early. Such a dumb thing to judge for word. Early, have a great day, brother. Fam, it wouldn't be an understatement to say you're the reason I've become a De La fan heavy. I knew of them, but never listened until Dave passed, and you conveyed how impactful the group was. Word, man. Yo, I can't stress enough, man. To those of you who don't listen to De La Soul, yeah, their music, man, in terms of what it's meant to me, it's family tradition in my house, man. Like Saturday comes, there's one song to play first and foremost. We're gonna skate the one song and one song only. And it's funny that I make that reference because of the fact that literally the song Saturday by De La Soul is called a roller skating jam called Saturday. But, Saturday comes in our house, like the youngest, we're like, what day is what's today? And then one of us will break into the Saturday, it's the Saturday. Yeah. Man, De La. And lyrically, man, them dudes have been dope forever, like, but not like trying to convince you that they're better than everybody else. Just like just like they will have moments where they'll say something like, yo, that's slickish, and it's not even making it super obvious that they're doing a punchline or trying to get all the attention for how nice they really are. They're just like, yo, we just gonna make this music and just chilling. Like, man, like, what's the line? Dave says, he's like, why you acting, what was it? Acting all shiesty and icy only, something shiesty and icy. The only Italians you know is ices. And then it's another line, I think Plug One says, Posanu says, he said, raise your guns or your glasses. Either way, there'll be a toast in the air. Hey, bro, like, there's so many just like subtle dope lines where it's like, they do that really, really well, man. Like, if you really listen to them, it's just like subtle dopeness, man. Like real subtle dopeness. Yeah, I love De La. They're one of my favorites for sure. Oh yeah, in memory of woo, that's a great record too. Peace, what's going on, fam? Welcome. Mosaic Thump, Estates of High are classics to me. Yeah, man, both great records. Yeah, man. We're talking about De La forever, so I'm gonna keep it pushing. What I am gonna do right now is give y'all a quick Bop Alloy update. So, yeah, man, Bop Alloy is we in the full swing things right now. We had a great meeting the other night, just kind of like figuring out like next steps and stuff like that. We got the concept for the cover art. So yeah, man, we're working on that. We already recorded the Kickstarter video, so we're going to start editing that over the next month. And we'll update y'all on what's going to happen with that next. We are also talking about when we're planning the tour. So it's probably going to be in the early summer is when we're looking to tour. So we'll keep you posted on that. The tour will likely, and that's when I say, for the record, that's US. Like, so we're talking possibly a early summer US tour. Literally talked to a promoter today about that. And then we're also talking about doing an Asia tour, which will likely be in the spring. Europe we haven't decided on yet, but that's something we're thinking about too. But yeah, in terms of the status of the album, most of the stuff's been recorded. I'm writing the last two things right now, and we're collecting features. I can officially mention a feature to y'all that we just confirmed. We just confirmed that One Below. Shout out to One Below. He's going to be on the album. Hey, Steph, I don't know if you're... Oh, yeah, hold on. Yeah, let's address this real quick. Yeah, IMIB. Yeah, crazy joint. And O is fire, too. Listen, I'm a super Redman fan. So, yeah, O is crazy, too. So, but yeah, going back to the Bop Alloy record. So we just confirmed One Below's on the record. Steph, if you're still here, I need your vocals for that other song. And I might have like this small part that I need your help with. So let's talk when you get a minute. I know I'm gonna see you Sunday, so we'll talk about it more when I see you. But yeah, man. So the album's coming together great. I think the album is probably going to be it's definitely 10 tracks, possibly 11 if I'm able to finish this stuff. Finish this stuff real soon. Just heard back from another artist, another legendary hip hop artist who's supposed to be on the record. Got an email from him. I will let y'all know who that is at a later date. What else? Let me go back to these notes because there's so many Bop Alloy things in the works. But yeah, man, we got a few different collabs we're still looking to follow up with. Some more writing to do, et cetera, et cetera. We also talked about an official Bop Alloy compilation. And so let me know what Bop Alloy songs y'all are if you were to put together a compilation of Bop Alloy songs that are songs that we did together that weren't on Bop Alloy projects, right? So for it to qualify as a Bop Alloy project, that means that it has to include, the whole project has to be produced by Marcus D, and I got to be rapping on most of it. So if it wasn't one of those projects and it was a song that both me and Marcus D featured on, what would be those songs that would be on the compilation if you had to choose? Okay. Thanks for sharing, fam. But yeah, let me know in the comments, what are some of these Bop Alloy songs that were either on Marcus's project, on some of our collaborators' projects and stuff. Steph included, because we did one with Steph. So yeah, you can drop the name of that in the chat. Let me know what those songs would be, because we're talking about putting all of that on one project to drop maybe after the album. So yeah, we'll keep you posted for when we're going to do that. But yeah, because I'm putting together the list. So I already wrote down a few. So y'all can send over some more suggestions. What I'll tell you which ones I got written down already. So number one, Day in the Life. Of course, the song, there's the remix of it, or part 2 to Day in the Life, which is on the first Bop Alloy album. But the original OG version actually was never on a Bop Alloy project officially. So that's one joint. We got Room to Heal, which is the most recent thing we did on Marcus's recent solo project. There's Blank Canvas. Someone in the comments just pointed out, I think I just missed it. Hold up. Go back. Blinding Light. Yep. Oh, and it's two. There's two. It's the hold up. We got another dope person in the building. Shout out to the homie Maglo. All of y'all are worthy of applause. Let me say that. I'm just applauding my friends, people I've got to spend time with, people I can verify as quality human beings. Some of y'all fans in here I've actually kicked it with for a bit at shows too, and y'all are quality people too. But yeah, man, all of you are worthy of praise. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all. I love Still Think Different and Chillaxation. Thank you. Those wouldn't be on the compilation only because they're technically on our albums. But thank you, man. We appreciate the love. Night on the Town. A Night on the Town. Yeah, that's a great one. Adding that to the list. So we got Night on the Town. All right. Yeah, that was a great one, man. I love that record, bro. Anytime it just pops up when I'm playing our stuff or whatever, yeah, I gotta let that joint run top to bottom. Let's see what else I got. Blind Light, I Just Cop. That's what's up, man. Getaway, yup, and Walk Into the New Year. Like, so yeah, so I'll put Getaway here. Walk Into the New Year, like we're gonna put that on the Bop Alloy Winter Breaks anthology. So that's coming this year. We were trying to get it done before last year ended, but we're going to drop it toward the end of 2025, and it's going to be on vinyl. The official Winter Breaks Bop Alloy anthology is coming. So, but let me write this down, Steph. Getaway. Thank you. Boom, boom. What else we got? See what y'all got in the joint. We'll talk to you in a second, Tone. Stopping by, saying what's up. Ousted, peace, man. Second verse, crazy. Yo, thank you, fam. I appreciate it, man. Let's see. Trapezoid. If you know, you know. Shout out to Q5 Music in the building. Ooh, Soul Ala Mode. That's a great one, too. Soul Ala Mode. Shout out to y'all. Y'all are letting me know. That is, I know y'all are fans of me, but y'all are letting me know y'all are super fans of Marcus D. You know what I mean? That's dope. That's dope. One joint that people forget about, which is on my album, The Past is Always Present in the Future, is what's the song? The joint with me and Systar and DJ Hive on the cuts. You waiting on him. You waiting on. You waiting on. You waiting on. Waiting for something in the sky. I don't even remember the hook perfectly, but like, yeah, man. Ain't no better time than the present. Let's get it. And I actually had the homie DJ Hive cut up Wordsworth on that joint. Shout out to Wordsworth, man. But yeah, man, that joint would be a good fit too. I'm trying to think of what other one. So yeah, No Better Time. That's the joint. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, man. I already got Blank Canvas on the list, so we're gonna add No Better Time. And then there's that remix that we did. So Boy With No Name, that was on the first Bop Alloy joint. That's actually, so No Turning Back 2.0, that wouldn't be on there because that's produced by the other guys, not Marcus D. Thank you, fam. I appreciate it, man. This counted as a bonus track on the first Bop Alloy album, but still wanted to note the song Commencement, one of my favorites. Thank you, fam. I appreciate you, man. Good to see you up in here too, bro. Is Bop Alloy all instrumentals? Nah, Bop Alloy is, it's me and Marcus together. So it's not all instrumentals. It's usually me and me rapping on Marcus's instrumentals. I would say, though, certain songs that Marcus features on where he's playing keys could possibly be on the records too, but it's just a matter of if it fits sound-wise. Because, like, for example, Tone and I have a song that's produced by Algorithm called Tony Stanza. Shout out to Tone. And Marcus does the piano solo at the end, and he like destroys it. He also plays keys on Salt and Pepper, but he didn't produce them. So those songs sound very different from the overall Bop Alloy sound / aesthetic. So it might not work on a compilation too well, but maybe we convince Marcus D to remix those. I don't know what y'all think about that. Let me know about that idea in the comments. You know what I mean? Get your thoughts. Let's see. I got any other joints? I bought this album from you. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Gift Wraps. Yeah, Gift Wraps is on the Winter Breaks joint. Yo, thank you, family. Slept on joint, man. Thank you. That makes you the only person in the world to have seen it. Hold on. What Steph say? Now I gotta go back through comments. What I miss? Happy Friday, fam. I was literally looking at Polyoptics this morning. Hey, first of all, sir, you know I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? So stop playing with me. You know what I mean? It's an excellent film. Hey, everybody here, if you've never seen Tone Deaf's film called Polyoptics, which is really dope. So if y'all like a great documentary and you want to check out an awesome documentary that breaks down in detail like how his album was put together, and also gives some history and some context on his career, the different people who worked with him, you know, like the various artists and stuff he's collaborated with, giving great like feedback on it. This is all like a part of like, you know, my history and legacy, Q&5's legacy and stuff like that, in the underground scene in New York that Tone has been a part of. Highly recommend that film. Y'all should check it out for sure. Oh, hold up. Just going back to Capricorn season for a second. Yeah, Michelle Obama. Again, man. Again. Undefeated. We're our squad, man. We ain't got a starting 5. We got it like a starting 50. You know what I'm saying? We gotta. Yeah, man. Hey, here we go. Okay. See what I'm saying, Tone? Stop playing with us, Tone. Tone Deaf is such a versatile artist. 100%. We love you, Tone. Don't you ever forget it. Stop playing with me, son. Music, yeah. What's that? Stan and I watched it together. See what I'm saying? We did a gathering. We need to do a public viewing of that joint, man. Get all the folks to come out, like do like a celebrate like the anniversary of the joint or something, Tone. Just saying. You know what I mean? And, you know, we ain't got to necessarily do it up there. I got venues down here, so we change the location. You know what I mean? Just saying, Tone. You know, something to think about. You know, you got friends. Tap in. All right, let's keep it going. So I gave y'all Bop Alloy updates. Now let's talk about this event real quick. Let's put this back on the screen. Boom. So yeah, man. So once again, the tribute jam is coming up. The Think Different tribute jam is basically a night where I will be performing a lot of the collaborations that me and Nujabes did and started working on many years ago. I signed my deal with him back in '99. Our first single dropped in 2000. And so that's 25 years, man. 25 years ago, I started working with Nujabes. So we're doing the official event. And that's coming up on February 7th. If you have not bought your tickets yet, you need to go ahead and pick those up ASAP. Man, it's going to be really, really dope. We got different joints. Been throwing the flyers around, passing the good word. You see the flyer on the screen, all that good stuff. But yeah, man, some of the things that will be available at the event. Of course, we're going to have some merch. We're actually doing shirts of the Think Different joint, but we got the official poster, which I showed y'all last week. The stickers came in as well. Pow! You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Wait for it. Stay still. No, not going to focus. I mean, you see what the image is. You'll be all right. But yeah, man, stickers came in. I was talking to the manufacturer about the shirts. Those are coming too. But yeah, man, it's going to be super dope. Hope to see you there. Definitely got to get those tickets. See? It's going to be taking place at Crescendo Studios in Falls Church, Virginia. Any of you who are interested in traveling to the event and need lodging information. So far, I've had 2 people hit me up about this. If it seems like more people are planning to do this, I will definitely add that information to the event page. Right now, 2, I don't know if 2 justifies me doing that. But If that is something y'all think that I should add to the event page and stuff for the people who are considering traveling from out of town, I will gladly do that. It's actually a great area to hang out in, and it's safe too. But yeah, there are two hotels that are literally walking distance from the venue, as well as restaurants, a movie theater that Early used to work at back in the day, which is really dope. There's a ton of stuff to do in that community. And most importantly, it is safe. So definitely, man, it's going to be dope. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. Mag's coming through. Man, single thug tier. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had like a little eyedropper. Hey, man, I can't wait to see you, bro. I know, are you coming for MagFest too, or are you just coming up for, man, either way, bro, looking forward to seeing you, man. But yeah, man, shout out to Maglo. Oh snap! I gotta go to Virginia for work soon. If only it was better time. Oh man, yeah, that would have been awesome. But yeah, man, definitely cop your tickets if you haven't. Early bird tickets are still available. I think I extended it a week. It was supposed to end, or actually I extended it 2 weeks. It was supposed to end, or it ended originally last Friday, and then I went ahead and added some time to give people a little more time. As someone suggested to me behind the scenes, they were like, "Yo, I want to cop, but." Holidays and stuff like that, I don't get paid for a couple of weeks and stuff. And so, so yeah, man, trying to accommodate folks. It's not like a huge price difference, but it's enough for some people where it's like, especially people who are buying more than one ticket, trying to look out for folks. I'll be down to go, but I've never been to Virginia. I'm interested to knowing some more about travel. Yeah, so definitely I'll plug in more info for that. Add it to my to-do list right now. Add travel info for people coming from out of town. Will do. I'm gonna get on that. Thank y'all for letting me know. It's dope that people are down to do this. My hope is that the event this year is so successful that I can turn this into an annual thing. Also, for anybody who's watching this who might be like, yo, why do you call it Tribute Jam and not like Nugent Best Tribute Jam and stuff instead of just calling it a Think Different event? For those of you who are curious about that, it's partly because, one, there are lots of people, like I know I'm a part of that legacy, right? And so if anybody, me and the artists who all work with them, we could be doing this, but we don't want our legacy to be like, only known for doing these type of events. So the reason why it's called the Think Different Tribute Jam, because it's a tribute absolutely to him, and like it's partially a tribute to him and the legacy that he's built, but it's also acknowledging the legacy that I'm a part of and my legacy that's attached to that, right? And being able to celebrate that in the area where I'm from. Now, I might not be from like the exact city that is taking place, but we refer to our region as the DMV area. And so the fact that I never even considered this until a fan said something to me one time. They were like, yo, man, it's just crazy that you had that opportunity and you got to go to Japan and do what you do. Like, it's one thing somebody from New York doing that or somebody from LA and stuff like that, but you as a dude from PG, man, like from right here in our backyard and being from the DMV, like as somebody who's from here and loves his music and loves your music, to know that you're right here, right? Like in the backyard, and that you're a part of that and you help build a portion of that. Like, it's significant. And I was like, damn, I never even really, it wasn't until that moment that the person said it to me that like I had never looked at it through that lens, you know what I mean? Which is crazy because like, yo, the first single I ever put out on, the second single I ever put out on Hideout was Home Sweet Home, right? Like a song about being from this area and stuff. And so, yeah, man, like I wanted to do something where, yo, we could celebrate that legacy. We could celebrate this music and stuff like that. And the fact that like, I'm still here, man. I'm not, I ain't got no control over what people do when I'm gone, but I'm still here. So it's like folks want to come out and celebrate and like honor the contributions that Nugent Best have made and stuff. Yeah, man, this is a great time to do that. But for those who want to celebrate somebody who a lot of y'all respect whose music you rock with as well, who had a lot to do with that legacy. First solo album to ever be put out through Hideout Productions. The only artist who's made, not the only, well, no, the artist who's made more songs with them than anyone else. Like, and you still get to come out and see what I do live. So that's what this is about, man, making it something, but not only making it about me. The reason why it's called Tribute Jam is because all the elements are present, right? Like graffiti is going to be happening, right? The artist who did this flyer, she's a graph artist, right? These are all people who are highly influenced or inspired by Nujah Best's legacy, by my legacy as well, and stuff like that. So it's an opportunity for us to lift up the hip hop community too. People who are all connected either directly or indirectly to what we've made over the years. So the artist who did the flyer, I didn't just pick a random artist. She's someone who reached out to me because she's a big fan of Jun and my music and wanted to do a mural at Crescendo. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know if we can do a Nujah Best mural there per se, but we're doing this event and stuff like that. And if you wanted to do some art for that, let's figure something out. And so that's how she became a part of this. And then the B-boys and stuff who I have that are performing at the event, I met them at Unbreakable and I told them what I was planning to do, and they were just talking about how much of a fan they were of our music. And I was just like, yo, I know some bigger B-boys, some more popular ones in this, that, and the third, but my intention is to literally put on the people who were inspired by this stuff, right? Who I dig what they're doing. And so that's what the Think Different Jam is all about. You know what I mean? Bringing these communities together. My man DJ RBI. DJ RBI is my big homie. That's my sensei. You wouldn't know who like a lot of what I learned early on in the hip hop scene, like, my run-ins with him and stuff, and then connecting with him later on and other people he's put on who were integral to my development and stuff like that. Being able to do this show and have him as a DJ and stuff for it, man, is super important to the history of our region. So that's what this event is about. And it's tough to squeeze all of that on a flyer. And again, man, you won't see me putting his name on certain flyers like as the main thing, because that's partially a thing that legally, right? Like, I don't own Hideout. I don't control like his name and stuff like that. So I can't never think that me not putting his name at the forefront is me trying to slight this person who I know played a major part in my career. It's not that. It's the legalese and stuff around that, right? It's no beef or nothing like that with the label. It's just like, if they're not actively involved, because all of this whole event, this is all my money, right? No one else is investing in this event to make it happen. Every artist that's coming in to perform that night is being paid directly by me, right? So just know that when y'all show up, the B-boys, the visual artists who did this, everybody who came through that night, man, like, in the spirit of entrepreneurship and taking care of your people, you know what I mean? Everybody that's coming through is being paid for their time. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, man, you don't build the type of business that I've built. You don't do what I've done in the community, like for other artists and stuff like that, and then go exploit people. You know what I mean? You take care of your folk. Simple as that. So, yo, come through. You know what I mean? If you don't live in the area, but you live not too far away, you want more info on how to successfully make it out to be able to see the show, need hotel recommendations, all of that info is coming. I'll make sure it's up by the weekend. And then, yo, if you know people in the region, you can't make it yourself, but you know people in DC, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, Delaware, places that aren't too far away. And if there was ever an event worth a weekend trip outside of the Q&5 Mega Show, shout out to the Mega Show, this is that. So come through, man. It's going to be a beautiful night. And in fact, I'm about to give you some more information. One of the things I said I was going to do today is share what the set list is going to be. So, yeah, man, let's take a look at that real quick. I'm going to do a zoom in, though, because one part of it, I don't know if we're going to do or not. But yeah, let's do this. Boom. Yeah, all right, bet. So I'm gonna share this on the screen. Thank y'all for being patient. Oh, let me drop this link too, as well. Here's the ticket link for the event. Yeah, man. And do me a favor. I know some people are waiting later to confirm some things, but those of you who know you're going, but you haven't copped your tickets yet, cop it sooner than later. Like, I know that for some people, there are legitimate reasons why you can't. But for those of you who got it, but you just haven't done it yet, one of the reasons why I'm encouraging you to do it now is because, yeah, man, luckily the tickets have been moving, so I have no plans to cancel. But but like, yo, just so you know, promoters and events sometimes, like when people wait till last minute to cop, and I know there are legitimate reasons why, but sometimes people cancel really great events because it doesn't look like there's a lot of interest. Luckily, there's been a ton of interest in this event and stuff, and people have been hitting me up, and I've been seeing the ticket sales come in, so that's dope. But yeah, man, but if you can cop yours sooner than later, that's greatly appreciated, because obviously the more successful this event is, the better I can take care of all of the people who are coming through to make this happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. So here's the link. Boom. This is a great question here. Let me answer this and then I'll do it. Man, appreciate you, family. Again, if you haven't copped your tickets yet, go ahead, grab that link, bookmark it, cop it now if you can. Let me get to these comments because I've been running my mouth for a minute. Hold on. I didn't do the Drake talk because only one person wanted to hear about it. And that was the person who asked about it. If not, what's your opinion on it? All right, cool. I will address that after I finish breaking this down. Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all. I know it's got to be tiring always being tied to Nugent Best, but being able to say and show that you can, and been standing on your own merit, Adultish and your other projects show that. Man, thank you, family. I appreciate it. It's not tiring in that, like, I'm proud of what we did. You know what I mean? Where it does get tiring is that a good amount of the people who talk to me about it, not all, and I wouldn't even say most, but some of the people who do talk or engage with me about it, they do it in a manner that doesn't really acknowledge my contribution to it. And so you almost feel like you're being used sometimes, right? Like I'm just a vehicle to get to the info that you want about them. And from your line of questioning, it sometimes feels like they don't really care like what my contribution is to it, right? And then sometimes it's like, there's a lot of people where they don't seem to listen to my music past the music I did with him. And the reason why I know this is because a lot of times when people mention that these are some of their favorite joints, I'll sometimes be, after, of course, saying thank you and showing gratitude, I will follow it up with, oh, by the way, man, in case you didn't know, new project just dropped, and I will send them a link. And then y'all would be surprised how many times people have said, yo, I didn't know you were still making music. Like, and they've literally said this to me on my social media joint where I'm actively promoting new music I'm making, right? So like, yo, you'd be surprised. Like that happens to me once a week, bare minimum. Sometimes like 3 or 4 times in a week. I get comments like that or stuff like that. So that can be a bit like, it gets old after a while, but like, one of the things you learn is like, that's just a part of it. You know what I mean? And it's just a part of like, this business and being an artist and stuff like that. If you're an artist that's lucky enough to work with somebody who becomes, a bit of a legend, you know what I mean? Done something, made a significant contribution, and you were a part of that in any way, shape, or form, you're going to spend a lot of your career talking about those moments. And that's just what it is, So I try not to complain as much as I probably could about it because I understand that that's mostly a good thing. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It can be a bit exhausting or tiring at times, you know what I mean? But I'm grateful though. Man, you're a real one. Thank you. Think Different was actually the first song I heard of yours. How ironic. That's what's up, man. Nugent was legendary, but I hold yourself in as high regard. Thank you, fam. With your music and your lyrics have brought me out of some dark times, man. Thank you so much, fam. Bless you are here and continue to live that message of the music. Thank you, family. The movement that the music brought never went away, and the world is better because you're still here and innovating. Yo, don't make me cry, bro. Love you, man. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that, man. You good people, man. You're an amazing artist in your own right. You know, and part of what inspires me to do what I do is people like you, bro. Like I was literally singing your praises Wednesday night during my class with my students out in Rockville, Maryland, at Omega Studios. And yeah, man, I'm always bragging on the amazingly talented people I know. In particular, ones like you, ones like Steph, Kev, Marcus D. So many people I know who, more important than being great musicians, y'all are great people, man. Y'all are good people. Like nothing but great energy when I build with y'all and stuff. I see how other people respond to y'all and how you move through the world. And, you know, we're not without our flaws and stuff, but we're more good than we are anything else. And yo, so I'm honored to know you. I'm honored to know a lot of y'all that are in here, man. I'm grateful for y'all, and I appreciate the kind words, bro. Respect, thank you. So people should know that. Thank you, brother. Can't wait for the tribute jam, man. Super excited. All right, this question here: are any plan uploading? Are you uploading? I'm struggling. Are you uploading any videos from the event? The plan is. One of the things, part of what the budget is going to, so obviously the more people come, the more likely this will happen. You know, we've already talked to someone about filming it from multiple angles. That's already secured. It's just a matter of that happening successfully. The reason why I say it like that, and it may sound like a little bit of doubt in my voice, is because I did the same thing for the Adultish show, and my plan was to put the show up after. Because I'm a person who has a global fan base. So, you know, sometimes people will come to a local show and maybe not as many people show up. But then I take that same show and then post it online and everybody gets to see it. And so there's a better turnout online because it's easier and more convenient for people. So the goal is to do that. But as of right now, it's not confirmed. It won't be confirmed until the until the event is over. And I have something edited in my hand. So we hope to do that successfully. It's just a matter of us pulling off everything that night and being able to verify that it's all good. Because the last time, literally, they captured everything but my set. Like every opener that night, we captured every bit of their footage. Everything but my set was captured. That was crazy. Once again, pick up your tickets if you haven't already. I'll advertise on Random Thoughts this Sunday. Sis, I love you. Thank you. Living in Minnesota feels like living on Mars when it comes to trying to see a good show. Man, listen, as somebody who would like to visit Mars more frequently, I've been trying to get shows booked out there forever. And I've been to Minnesota and flown through there multiple times, but I've never been able to book a show out there. So sorry to my fans out there. I want you to know that it's never because I don't want to come to your places. It's because people reach out and then I tell them what the price is. And a lot of times people aren't able to just kind of bring me out for a one-off type of situation. It almost always has to be packaged with a tour. And quite frankly, you know, outside of Chicago in that region, Chicago is one of those places where the numbers will be stronger, but everything around it, the numbers aren't as strong. So oftentimes our tours don't lead us to that region. I did something in Chicago, though, a couple years ago, but I would love to go back to Minnesota and I would love to perform out there for the first time. Stan, when you do retire, what are your plans? You very much strike me as a can't stop working or quit completely person. Yeah, that is accurate. That's very accurate. I probably would dive more into my fine art stuff. You know, just kind of making that. You know, for those who don't know, like I've been doing printmaking since I was 13. So like literally carving in wood or linoleum, running ink across it, you know, printing that to paper and other surfaces and stuff like that. So I've been thinking for years about doing more of that again. I haven't done it a lot. over the last few years. I think the last time I was actively doing it on a regular basis, or just a few times a year, was maybe around like 2012 through like 2016. But I still have all, like, I'm looking at my art supply closet right now, and I have a ton of stuff in there, that I use to make all that stuff. Let's see. But yeah, so it more than likely, I'd probably spend a lot of time doing that. Definitely traveling. I really see that's how I'm gonna spend my time. To be honest, I wouldn't mind the Drake topic, but you had too much Capricorn energy. Still gonna do it. Still gonna do it. I'm just catching up on these comments, and then Drake. You gotta say it like Soldier Boy. So it wasn't just me that wanted to hear. Okay. Let's see. Stan, keep up the great work, being legendary, black of all trades. You are a catalyst of this Friday community chat, man. I appreciate and love y'all, man. Thank you. Hey, by the way, make sure you sign up for the Discord if you haven't. There should be, I think the invite for it is still in the group chat. Not the group chat. It's still in the description of the video. If you don't see a direct link to that, then go to the follow me section where it shows bio.site/substantial. In there's a link for Discord. All right. The tribute show should be to Chill. The tribute show should be a tribute to Chill Hop. You guys pretty much the foundation of that genre. Now I feel that. I don't know if I market it as that, mainly because I never really identified as that. I think I identified with all the different names. For a second, I was trying to adopt the lo-fi thing, and then the more of it that came out, I don't really see myself as that, or chill hop per se. I think when we talk about jazz rap, or like what people call jazzy hip hop and stuff, I felt like there's a certain period of time in the history of hip hop where like you couldn't really talk about that without having a serious conversation that included me, Marcus D, and people like that. And then shout out to A1 and Funky DL and stuff. But like the thing is, when people actually do talk to us about it, we'll be the first to tell you, like, that didn't start with us. We were just making the music we came up listening to, and this was like our version of it. I just think that we came out in a time where people kind of needed to brand it as something because it was so different as everything else. Because at one point in time, jazzy hip hop or jazz hop or jazz rap was literally just rap. You know what I mean? There was a period of time where just a lot of rap that came out just sounded like that. So folks didn't really feel a need to name it something, right? But like with the introduction of gangster rap and other different styles of rap that started to come out, we got to this point where it was so much different stuff that was coming. Like people needed to kind of come up with these other categories to have it all fit in. Yeah, I'm from the UK myself, but would have loved to be there. Word. Ease of access is big. Thank you. Yo, Substantial, I heard your first album, Titania, back when I was in high school. No, I think you're thinking of Marcus D. So Marcus D's song, he has a song called Titania, or Titania. That song is one of my favorite songs from Marcus's instrumental stuff. A whole decade ago. I'd like to show appreciation and thanks to it. I found Nugent Best in the whole genre. Yeah, man. Thank you for listening. Shout out to my brother Marcus D. Definitely recommend that song. It's a really dope track. It stayed with me for good and bad times. Hold a nice place in my life. Thanks a lot, brother. I hope you and your family are doing great. Man, thank you. Same to you, family. Thank you so much. Stan is a true Capricorn. He does not stop. They're going to have to pry the mic from my cold, dead hand. I think it was before Titania with you and Marcus D. Word, the Bop Alloy stuff. Yes, thank you, man. Appreciate you so much. Random question, but have you ever had any never meet your heroes moments? Like bad experience meeting someone you admired, looked up to? Yes. The first time I met J. Rue the Damager was actually not that bad. Rest in peace to my homegirl, Este, who I went to college with. But yeah, I think they were either friends or dating or whatever. And so she introduced me to J. Rue, and he was super cool. then. But the next time I had to run into him, had a run in with him. Pause. Next time I had a run in with him, it was not so cool. We were the opening act that night, and yeah, man, he was very intoxicated on stage, and like he was like just kind of saying some stuff on the mic that like was kind of disappointing to hear, like from a person you're a fan of. And he was very drunk too. So then he said some stuff like, yo, any MCs in the house, blah blah blah. And so of course me and the other MCs that we were with, we all hey, yo. And then he goes, who gives a fuck? Oh, well, hello. That was wild, disrespectful. So then, he then goes, and like, yo, that was really like, because this is like a real hip hop event, like, it's real MCs in here. So it was just like, like he's maybe doing it for a quick laugh, but it might have been funnier had he not been acting the way he was acting already, and he was clearly drunk, and he was late coming on stage. So then later in the show, there was an issue with his beat, with his DJ, and he says, yo, any beatboxers in the house? Now, I beatbox, for those who don't know. I'm pretty decent with it. So he says that, and then they ask me, no, they don't. Nobody asked me anything, but my man goes, yo, my man Substantial nice with the beatbox, and I'm like, oh no. And he says in that moment, he was like, yo, who gives a fuck? He says it again. And yo, if you've never kicked it with me, shout out to Steph. She know, hey man, I got jokes. And where I'm from, we call it joning, right? Where we go back and forth, like what people call like shooting the dozens and stuff like that. Man, I can hang with the best of them, fam. So like when he said that, it wasn't a bunch of people who all screamed at once. It was just my man talking about me. So when he said what he said, I was like, your mother's a man. I said it just like that. Just like that. Said it loud enough for the whole venue to hear. And so then one of his people jump off stage and they come over to me. I'm with Mr. Mac, from the Q&5 days. It was me, Mr. Mac, my man Big True, and Pac FM. And so he rolled up like he want, like he gonna do something. And then my man, he pulled up right to me. And then as he got closer, his energy kind of chilled out because it looked like he wanted to fight when he came off stage. It wasn't J. Rue that came off stage though. This is J. Rue's man. So when he comes over closer, he looks like he's reassessing what he's gonna do. Right? I'm not the biggest dude in the world, but I don't exactly look like. At least I don't think I look like a pushover to most folks. So when he gets over there, I got these red, black, and green like beads on. And he's like, yo, what them beads on your neck mean, right? And in that moment, I think some people, like, if you timid or whatever, this, that, and the third, you just kind of back down. You start to feel guilty, blah, blah, blah. Black unity, all that bullshit. I'm like, and black unity isn't bullshit, but you know what I'm saying. But like, yo, when he says it, I was like, bro, stop playing with me. You know what the fuck they mean. Say it just like that. And then he was like, oh, so you got jokes then, right? I was like, your man got jokes. I got jokes too, though. And then he was like, all right, then just, keep joking then. And then he just walk off. So that was my last experience with J. Rue the Damager, which was like definitely one of those, like, it didn't make me stop listening to his music, but it definitely impacted, like seeing his live show and how he carried himself. I was like, yo, I pray I'm never an asshole to my fans. But there have been moments where like a very small amount of fans, less than 0.000%, 1% of the fans I've come across had it coming. But that was definitely a moment. And I also had a shitty moment with Talib Kweli at one point. But similar situation. First time I met him, he was cool. Second time I met him, he was a dickhead. He was a straight up asshole. And then I think the other person I had an issue with was Ed Lover, who's a legendary hip hop DJ and TV personality. But yeah, man, I'll say that story. I feel like I've told that story on here before, so I'll stop there. So I'm gonna take all this off the screen. I'm gonna address this Drake stuff before I see another comment that has me rambling for 30 minutes. All right. So my thoughts on the Drake thing, and then after this, I really gotta go. Yo, Stan will turn into Jamie Foxx at a roast. Hey man, yo, listen. I've had a lot of homies getting their feelings. Like I've had a lot of homies getting their feelings because everybody think they funny until people stop laughing at what they saying and they only laughing at what's being said about them. You know what I mean? And you know, I've definitely had a more than a few times where like I was clowning one of the homies and then they got in their feelings, got a little sensitive or whatever, and it's just like, yo. But the wild thing is, and Steph can verify this, I'm not the dude that starts out by just clowning my friends, right? Like I don't lead with disrespect. You see what I'm saying? So when people start with the jokes and stuff like that, especially when you're not a person who's actively trying to make fun of people or point out what's wrong with people, I'm not one of those guys. I got friends where they do that, and it's weird to me, right? You know, I don't really judge them or say much to them and stuff like that, but it's wild because some of the homies that do that, they're some of the most sensitive dudes I know. So it's weird. It's weird. Except Truth. Shout out to Truth from Godzilla. That dude might be the funniest, most disrespectful dude I know. That's why he hosted my wedding. But yeah, man. So yeah, man. I'm like with the jokes, like, yo, if you gonna come for me, just be prepared, cause you know, habitual line stepper, bro. We gonna push the line. We gonna see if you as funny as you think you are, cause you know, been writing battle raps along. Battle rap is nothing but joning for the most part. That's all it is shooting the dozens. So like, you know, and y'all have heard when I do it. Hey man, I've gotten a battle and said to my friend that line from Call It What You Want To. It's from a real battle I did with Pac Film. It's my man, right? The opening line of that song, like one of the lines from that song is like, your mother's a butch bitch that break bricks with her forearms. I said that to my friend in front of other people, like a whole audience of people who don't know us. They don't even know that I know this guy, and I said that to him, right? So, you know, yeah, man. I got jokes. You know what I mean? You know, I'm here. I'm here for you if you want to play games. So anyway, Drake thoughts. Yeah, man. Sum it up. I think it's the stupidest shit I've ever seen in rap music. I think it's I get where he's trying to come from with the whole like this has tarnished my image, my reputation. This is quote unquote potentially put people in harm's way. Blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. I hear all of that. I hear it. And I think you would actually have a point if you weren't actively participating in it. But you're not going to tell me that, you know, yo, like it's unacceptable to call you a pedophile, right? When you literally just accuse me of domestic abuse. You literally just accused me of beating on my fiance, right? Like, so let me get this straight. You can accuse me of beating on my fiance, but like I look at when there's literally no evidence, no public evidence that we know of that shows anything that would imply that Kendrick has done that from what I've seen, right? On the other hand, we've seen you spend a lot of time with underage women, or let's just say more than average, considering you don't have daughters, right? Like we've seen that. So him basically making that into a punchline, right? That is part of the reason why the line hit the way it did, because there's a lot of evidence showing that you're spending time with underage girls. So like, yeah, man, I think, you know, it's one of them things, bro. Like, yo, stop throwing stones in a glass house, bro. And so, like, I think where the case is going to fail is like if at some point in time that gets brought up, and not just in this instance, like showing other instances of the person committing the exact same behavior, right? And on top of the fact, I think where they're going to have some issues too is the fact that, yo, they're distributed by the same company. So, like, you're suing this company for doing this thing when you've literally done something similar things to other artists, or maybe have said things that have created tension. You know what I mean? This isn't the first battle he's been in. And the other part, and this is all hypothetical stuff, and this isn't something that really is going to come up in this case, but yo, like, like, what was it? I lost my train of thought because it's like several things related to him I'm thinking about. But oh, that's what it is. If his song ends up being the bigger hit, does all of this happen? Right? If he drops Family Ties and Kendrick doesn't have an instant comeback, and then everybody like, oh, it's a wrap for Kendrick. If that happens, right? Or like or his Drop and Give Me 50 joint, if that becomes the biggest song or the hot song of the summer, because everybody was talking about, yeah, it's more of a club banger than what Kendrick did. That's, I'm just like, yeah, that's ever really been a part of the conversation when we've talked about rappers battling. Oh, but who had the better club banger? Said no one ever. That was my first time ever hearing anybody say that shit this year. I mean, last year. It's corny, man. Like, bro, they ain't what battles are. Who makes the best club joint? Who the fuck cares? Who cares? Like, what are you saying right now? So, like, I think that, yeah, man, I don't think that it's going to be successful. And the other thing I'll say about this, too, I think a lot of what he's accusing in terms of them hyping the numbers and doing the things they did, like, I think he's speaking from a place of he knows this. I mean, granted, he dropped the other petition that dealt with them boosting the numbers and stuff with Spotify and all of that. But it's largely the reason why I think he was so confident in even pursuing that is because because you've benefited from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell this story all the time. I remember when Scorpion dropped and seeing him on damn near every significant playlist on Spotify. Even playlists that had nothing to do with the music he made, he was on. That is crazy. I'm like, why is he on Latin playlists? I mean, you might look like you Latinx, but you're not, bro. You're not. So, like, why is he on this playlist? You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit was wild, bro. It was really, really wild. So yeah, man, I think it's a bad look for hip hop. If it does work in his favor, it's gonna open the floodgates to a lot of other lawsuits and stuff. Because if we're gonna go there, I mean, damn, like almost any artist that has had a verbal altercation with somebody on record and is led to anything off record, damn near they all got a case now. You know what I mean? And even if it didn't lead to physical issues, if someone literally saw a downtick in business, right? Like they lost money after that because of this public L that they took, do they now have a case? You see what I'm saying? So it's a slippery slope, man. It's a slippery slope. And I don't think he has a leg to stand on, though, just based on the details I know and some of what I've read with the contract. It's an 80-page contract. I've only read through, I think I've read through somewhere between 5 to 10 pages so far and stuff. Plan to finish going through it. But yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. So anyway, I got to go because I got a meeting in 5 minutes. And then I got another meeting after that meeting. But man, I greatly appreciate y'all. I don't know if anyone was able to contribute to the show today. Whether you were or not, man, I still appreciate y'all for hanging out. But yeah, man, if you can donate to the channel via the links that are scrolling across the bottom, or donate to Words Beats and Life via the link that is below the super chat. And also, if you're a person who's really like affected, or like, who's feeling deeply for our people out in Cali right now, there are lots of organizations doing fundraisers to help people out there. Specifically one that's helping musicians who are based out there called Music Cares. So please consider contributing to any of that. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all like deeply. And yeah, man, I can't say thank you enough. And don't forget to grab your tickets for the event if you haven't already. I'm out of here, y'all. I really got to go, man. We were here. We were rocking for 1:42. That was not my plan today. I'm sure my text messages are crazy. So let me dip out of here, man. Love y'all. Y'all have a great one. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. So anyway, y'all have a great one. because all of the footage and stuff is back, you know what time it is? For those of you who stuck around to the end, it's time for my daughter's favorite part of the show. Y'all are welcome in advance. Peace. Who made it to the end? Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Who made it to the end? Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Yo, 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 yo. Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Yo, 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 yo. Subscribe, like, do whatever you like. Stay subscribed, like, do whatever you like. That's right.